Hey everybody, how's it going? And welcome to the 2019 second half of the year edition of the Comic Book Boys Top 10 Comics.
Yeah,
We're absolutely fired up and excited about these comics, and
so many great things coming.
lots of good comics.
Absolutely.
Lots of good comics. So we're definitely excited about this. So we're gonna kind of break up our segment here a little bit differently today. So what we're gonna do is Gambit here. He's gonna be leading up the background of each comic and why we believe in it based off what's coming in a movie, TV show, or some other maybe deal that's going on in the world that makes us speculate these books are going to go up in value. After that, I'm going to break down using a tool that you can see on the screen right now called GPA analysis, how we decide whether to buy, where to buy, what grade we kind of want to buy, and I'll explain that to you, which is really powerful information. The guys over at GPA were nice enough to let us use it for this video, so we're excited about that, and it's a really great service. We're excited about it, and so that analyzes the prices. And in our previous videos, some of the feedback we got was that some of you were concerned about being able to see the covers. So in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to go and actually take you to some high def up close images of each cover. That way you can spot them if you're hunting in attics, or you're out there and you're trying to find books, and you'll be able to establish what they look like based off these
see
covers.
it right away and know that you have a winner.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll have a winner.
Yeah.
So without further ado, let's jump right into the first one on our list. And now, are these in any particular order, or
well,
are we going to go?
We kind of did it by where the best return on investment is. So we're going to go start at 10. We're going to go down from there. And you'll see which ones that, while they might have a higher risk value, you have a possibility of getting a larger investment. Of course, a higher dollar amount valued book is going to end up having a higher risk value. So we took that all into account as well, and we're trying to put you on the right track to make sure that when you do invest in comics, that you do pick winners each time.
Awesome.
Okay. So the first one's going to be, you really don't need any introduction to this one. Collector of comic books, and you've definitely seen this. Is the Incredible Hulk, issue number 181, and this is going to be the first appearance of Wolverine. While this one does have a higher investment, it's more of a safer book, just because Wolverine has been such a powerful character, and because of the Fox and Disney merger, Wolverine will be joining into the MCU eventually. And the book is just going to continue to climb until he does, and until they see how he is received into it. And if he's received well, it's just going to keep on going up from there.
True.
Yeah,
I agree.
Absolutely.
That merger has all sorts of possibilities.
So many implications.
Maybe some Secret Wars action.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. With Wolverine, the possibilities are really endless because he's a timeless character. You can do multiple time periods if you wanted to as well. Maybe he joins in Captain America in an old school one.
So what we do is this is GPA analysis. It's you can search on Google GPA analysis or comics.gpaanalysis.com. So what we're going to do is you come on this page, you log in, you hit analyze prices. Once you hit analyze prices, it's really simple. You just search for the title of your book, whether it's Avengers. In this case, it's going to be The Incredible Hulk. So I'm going to type in The Incredible Hulk. Go ahead and search that. And what that does is this pulls up a list of the various books down below. So we're going to look for The Incredible Hulk from 1962 to 1999. That's when that series ran.
And that's very important to make sure that you pick the right year.
Pick the right year, yeah. Sometimes you have multiple books or multiple titles with multiple, there's like there's like how many different runs of Spider-Man are there?
Yeah.
You just got to make sure you pick the right year. So 1962 was when Incredible Hulk started. So we're going to go down and find 181. So once again, we went to analyze prices. Then we went and typed in our book title. And now we're going to go down and find our issue. So that's how GPA analysis works. So, and what GPA analysis does is this actually is it pulls data from various locations like eBay, auction houses, and stores them based off grade. So you can kind of see what grade is selling at what price. it's one of the most valuable tools. I mean, we use it like every day.
Every single day.
Absolutely, we're on this thing. So it also shows you what's for sale on the market. So if you're looking to buy a book, you can see, all the Incredible Hulks 181s, and it's a Bronze Age book, so there's a lot of them, but that doesn't stop people from buying this, I promise.
No, not at all.
So you can see the different books there that are for sale. And then it works down here on the left, you have your grade. So it goes from highest grade to lowest grade. So 9.8, obviously working all the way down to, it's funny that people buy this book in such low grade, but they do. It goes down to like 0.5, 0.5, incomplete books, stuff like that. So if you go up at the top, we have our 9.8. You can see that the data continues over here. We have the 2017 average, the 2018 average, the last 12-month average, and the 90-day average. So we like using these columns to kind of gauge whether this book is continuing to go up in value or whether it's cooling off. I like seeing, 2017, 2018 making new highs, the 12-month average high, and then 90-day average high. And then, if there's been a few books that aren't necessarily, record top pumping new highs on this last sale column, I'm okay with it sometimes because, every now and then you get a book that has a grade on it that's really nasty, like someone, like maybe it was sudden faded. So it pulls in an auction where a book actually sold under market because of an issue that might not even be the book. Sometimes some kid in Sharpie drew something crazy on it. And a lot of these people that are investing thousands of dollars in comics want to make sure that their books are presentable. Yeah. When your friends come to your house, you want to show them off. So I don't really, the last sale is important, but that 90-day average column right here and the 12-month average are really, really, really important. Absolutely. And when I look at a book and I see, the 9.6, which just sold in May of 2019, just sold for $14,995. So the last sale was an all-time high. The averages from 2017 are up. The 2018 averages are up. The 12-month average, the 90 days up. Same with the 9.4, new high in May, 9,457. I mean, if you look at the averages, they're all up. It's this book across the board. Once again, the most recent sale in May was a new high. Not necessarily a new high, I'm sorry, but it was higher than the 90-day average. Yeah, correct. Higher than the 90-day average. And, we're seeing that pretty much across the board here. Let's take a look at the 9.0. The most recent sale was 5,500. The 90-day average is 5,636. We can click on it to get more information to do more analysis. So we could see that there's been some books that sold in the 6,200 range. So the 9.0 has pulled back a little bit in recent sales, but we're still right around the 90-day average. I still like that.
One thing to keep in mind too is sometimes people post comics on eBay or something, and maybe they got it, they inherited it, and they were graded, and they still posted them on there, and they ended up selling them for a lot less. So these outliers too could affect the averages. So you have to make sure that you do your research and you dig into those numbers to make sure that if it's an outlier, then you just disregard that information and you go with the other more sustainable information.
So yeah, Hulk 181, pretty much green arrows across the board. I looked at a bunch of the high grades. You can get in, and we don't see this book going anywhere. And it's one of the most popular books out there. Absolutely. So that's our first one. Let me show you a picture of it. I don't know if I did that already. Once again, here it is, red cover, Wolverine fighting the Hulk, claws right across the Hulk's face. You can't miss this one. Very, 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 very cool cover. And you can't miss it. So Hulk 181. All right, let's get on to the next one.
Great. So the next one is going to be X-Men number 4. And this is going to be the first appearance of Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, or Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, the brother and sister combination. We saw them a little bit in Avengers Age of Ultron. Scarlet Witch is now one, I don't want to give any spoilers around, but I mean, Scarlet Witch is going to be one of the most powerful Avengers that are still in the MCU. Let me put it that way. Also, with the merger too, we're also looking at this book because it has some more X-Men characters, so they might be able to use Scarlet Witch to transition the X-Men characters in, because technically in the comic books she is a mutant. So I mean, the Avengers already have a mutant on their team. What better to use her to as a pivot point to bring the rest of the X-Men into the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Agreed.
Yeah. This one, again, it has a red cover, and one thing to point out with the red covers is be careful of any color touches. So if you buy these books raw, make sure that you go through the first page and make sure that there is no red that ends up seeping through.
Yeah, really common to see color touch on red covers like this.
Absolutely.
It's pretty rare that you get it in good condition, too. This is actually a pretty good-looking copy.
That is pretty good. I might bid on it later.
Also, what's her name? The Olsen twin is the actress.
Yeah, well, not the twin, but the sister of the twin.
The sister of the
sister.
Well, are they twins?
No. She's a separate sister.
Oh, so it's like there were three packs.
There's three. It's three pack.
Okay,
Yeah.
Three pack.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, 3 packs.
And she's been doing a great job as Scarlet Witch. I really like her as a character. And then Disney Plus service also has the Vision and Scarlet Witch that's going to be coming out.
Awesome. Yeah. So let's do some price analysis on this. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the background. So what we're going to come up here. Once again, you go to Analyze Prices. Then you just type in X-Men here, just for the sake of speed. I already have titles saved. So I'm going to click on X-Men, load this thing up.
And you can save the titles too. It's actually right behind our picture. You could save each one of your titles that you want to, just in case you want to scroll through these a lot quicker, because sometimes it does come a little tedious if you have to search for a title that you've searched for 20 times and you just know that you won't be able to find it. We're going to actually pause. And we're back. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of delay on internet connection, but we're back in it. And Rocket here is going to go over the analytics.
X-Men number 4. So once again, you can see them for sale. Now we're going to go down, look at the, we'll work for some lower grades this time up. We could see the 1.0's been up. Not really, the 2.5 has been up. 3.0.
But look, there was only 3 sales on that 3.0, so it could be that an outlier ended up changing that. So
take a look at the 3.0.
Let's go ahead and take a look.
There you go. High was 514, so we got new highs. The previous year, like 2017, was 290, 411, 423. Still high. 3.5, 575. That was the most recent sale in March. It looks like March 5th, 575. That's above 460 and 419 and 312. So we're seeing new highs there. So the 90-day and the 12-month are all up. 4.0, still green arrows across the board. 4.5, let's take a look at the 4.5. Once again, looks like, sustaining green arrows. I like it. 5.0, looks like,
well, there's one down there.
Looks like a couple down, but it still looks like it's a pretty good book to invest in. 5.5, looks like, we got like a 900. The all-time high in 2019 was 900, which is the most recent. So it looks like there's an opportunity to jump in somewhere between a 5.0 and a 9.0. If this is sort of your price range for people that, like to invest a little bit less in comics, you can get in, down at like a 2.5 area. If you're comfortable spending the big bucks, though, it looks like, let me see if I can find an area of opportunity. I look for areas where the grade below is substantially cheaper than like a half a point higher. So like you can see the 7.0's 90-day average is 1410, the 7.5 is 1680, and then you look at the 8.0, it's 27.99. So that 90-day average is substantially, there's a big hole between the 7.5 and the 8.0 there. So what that tells me is, if I'm going to invest some money into this book, I'm going with the 7.5. That looks like a good entry point on this book.
And you also see the 7.0 coming up right on the 7.5's coattails too.
So 1400 was the 2017 average. The 2018 average was 1544. The 12-month is 1644. The 90-day is 1680, and 1680 is the big book. So that's got some potential there. So X-Men 4, big book. I like it. Got a lot of potential. So we're excited about that. Yep. And we showed them the cover too. So
we did.
Get on to the next one. Next one,
we're going to be jumping into Tales of Suspense number 52. This is going appearance of Black Widow. Disney has already come out and announced and said that Black Widow, she's finally going to get her own movie after making her first appearance in Iron Man 2. And we're really excited to see it. From what the speculation is that this movie is going to end up being set in the 2000 era range, right after Captain Marvel, and then right before Iron Man actually started. So we're really excited to see Black Widow get her own book. It's a great cover right here, a lot of action on it, and I really think that this one is going to, you could get it at a great price, and it's going to definitely have some wings to go.
And let's take a look at the GPA analysis on Tales of Suspense. Let's go down to, it was Tales of Suspense 52, first appearance. It's a really hot book. This book's been insane recently. I checked this one out like a couple weeks ago. So we got, let's see. Okay, so, I mean, look at the, like a 4.0. Look like 2017, the high was 375. This year, the 2018 was 530. This year, 2019, it's 815. That's on a hot run.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the 5.5. In 2017, it was going for 453 was the average. Looks like the high was 550, 453 average. Then 2018 was 615. This book is now going for 1,145. That is a pop. Comics have good money if you invest in the right
absolutely.
ones. The 7.0 is up too. Look at that. This is a hot book. Look at that. 7.5. 2017 average was 907. 2018 average 1,132. 2,408. It's the 90-day with 2,500 as the last sale.
Makes me wish that I could go back 2 years and just tell my younger self, buy this book right now.
Or maybe we should get back there and go through some of those old comic boxes we have.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. we got to make sure that we look for this one.
Oh, that was funny when we were going through that book and we actually looked on the back side because we were bag and boarding and there turned out to be a copy of this. Remember?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we were.
That was about 18 months ago.
Yeah, that was cool. We still got that book. I think it's still at CGC.
We just sent it into CGC. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so this book's cool. On the up and up. Hot book. Really good. Let's keep going. Rocking and rolling.
All right. Perfect. Next one we're going to get into is going to be Mr. Miracle, and we're going to do. You can also look at Mr. Miracle number 4. These two books, I believe, are going to be kind of on the same range, where they're going to continue to go up because of the announcement of a Mr. Miracle movie. This is a DC book, and DC books are going to be a little bit rare in this video just because, well, DC's got to, for lack of a better term, get their head out of their butts because Marvel is just killing it, and they are taking the market by storm. We actually came across this book not too long ago. We found it, and we 2 days later ended up having the announcement made, and it was just smiles on both of our faces once it was. So we highly recommend doing either Mr. Miracle number 1 or Mr. Miracle number 4 because Big Barta has been rumored to be in the movie. And it's a very recognizable cover, at least the one is, and great book to have. And I believe that this one is going to definitely see increases right around the 175% range. This is where we have it at.
Interesting. Yeah. On what your suggested grade is a 7.5 on that too?
7.5, a little bit higher because it's more of a modern book. So you want to make sure that with the modern books, you try to get as high as possible within your price range, of course.
Gotcha. All right. For the sake of time, we'll skip the analysis on that one and just keep going right through to the next one. So what's the next one?
Captain Marvel Avengers number 23 and number 26. We're going to do number 26 for this particular one. And this book is because of the Shazam movie. In Shazam, you saw Mr. Mind, and Mr. Mind is the leader of the Monster Society of Evil. It was at the very end credit scene, you saw Mr. Mind inside of the jail cell kind of creating his own, let's call it Legion of Doom or Monster Society of Evil that can go up against Captain Marvel and the Captain Marvel family. Just so we know, or just I kind of did this a little bit late, but spoiler alert. Sorry about that, guys. Spoiler alert for any of our announcements because we want to make sure that we are we're going out, we're watching the movies as soon as they drop because we want to make sure that we bring you guys the most recent information possible.
Absolutely. So let's do a little price analysis. Sure. Didn't you have one of these recently?
No, I didn't have this one, unfortunately. I thought I did, and then it ended up being 27 or 28.
Captain Marvel Adventures. Yeah. That is this one right here.
Now this one's going to be more of a rare book too, so a little bit thin. Oops.
Where what it was
right there.
Yeah.
Which one more? Right there. Yeah. This one? No, over one.
That's Strange Shells.
Oh.
Where did it go?
Right
there it is. Yeah. Bingo. Okay, cool.
Perfect.
So yeah, okay, cool. So let's see here. So Captain Marvel Adventures number 26, like you said, rarer book. The book's from 1943. So you don't see as many sales on older books. So let's see what we got though. So Captain Marvel Adventures, it's got a nice bright red cover. Let's see what we can do as far as finding recent sales goes. So you can see once again, not anywhere near as many sales. So this is kind of something when you get to the 1940s, 1950s, early 50s, you see less sales. So, but once again, this book's got potential to take off. Gambit believes in it.
I definitely believe in it. I think this is going to be a hot book. If you are able to find yourself a copy of it, pick it up. Like I said, number 26 or number 23. We'll click on 23 real quick.
Let's see 23.
Again, not that many sales, a little bit more. But
looks like there was one sale in November, 4,200 there.
Yep. It's also doubled, in the 5.5 range, just from the Shazam movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue along. So after Captain Marvel,
we're going to be jumping into Fantastic Four number 67.
First him,
yes.
Yes.
At the end of Guardians of the Galaxy, you saw Adam Warlock essentially inside of his pod, and James Gunn has been signed back to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Very excited about this. Didn't know what direction Guardians of the Galaxy was going to end up going in without James Gunn at the helm, but now we have him back, and they're using his script, considering that he's the one that put that end scene in. We are more than sure that Adam Warlock will be making his appearance in the MCU. I'm psyched about this character. This character is one of the most powerful characters in the comic books. And we have kind of a good thing going on. Again, spoiler alert, at the end of Endgame, you saw Thor joining the Guardians of the Galaxy, so it's a possibility that Thor will be the only one that can actually go toe-to-toe with Adam Warlock.
Which would be cool. And so this was his first appearance as him.
Correct.
And then there's a later book, I believe that's Thor, what is that, Thor 165?
Correct.
Thor 165, where they actually called him Adam. So there's two keys here that you can kind of expect to go up as a result of this sort of action. And we think Fantastic Four 67 is the bigger of the two books. Gambit here has a predicted ROI on a 7.0 suggested grade of 200%. So this book's got a lot of room for growth. I actually have one myself at CG right now. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping I get like a 9.2 on it, but it depends. It depends on their mood and who grades it.
Exactly.
We'll see. Fantastic Four.
Did you send him cookies this time?
Oh, I didn't send him any cookies.
I told you to send him the cookies.
Fantastic Four. Let me just move this little bubble for a second. Okay, Fantastic Four.
I think we have it up top.
Oh, I have it up here.
Yeah.
The little bubble of us is in the way of me clicking on it. Fantastic Four. Oh, we already have it in our save titles.
Yeah, there we go.
Fantastic Four, number 67. Now, this book, let's see. So this book's been hot across the board. Look at the green arrows everywhere. 5.0, 6.0's up, 6.5, 7.0, 7.5, 8.0. Everywhere you look, it's up. This is sort of the range that you want to kind of get into. We recommend. Looks like we have a recommendation of a 7.0 or higher. So you can get in this ballpark of 250 to 300 range is reasonable, I'd say, for this book as an investor copy. And it really starts jumping when you get up into 9.2, 9.4. So you can see the difference between a 9.0 and a 9.2 is the 90-day average goes from 838 to 1496. So that's why I have this book submitted to CGC. I'm hoping to pull something up here. If you get something that's graded in 9.0, you're still happy. But even an 8.5 is pretty decent. The 8.5 looks like it's making. Let's see what 8.5's been up to. Looks like the high in 2019, 600. So, price is kind of all over the place, but we see good green arrows. So, I like that. I'm still excited about the book. Big character. We're not thinking that this is going to be a small book at all. We're excited about this one.
Absolutely. The second that they end up casting Adam as well, this book is just going to go on fire.
Absolutely.
You see that there's a lot of them for sale right now. Those will all go away.
Yep.
People are going to be willing to pay the price that people want.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Next book
we're going to be getting into is going to be X-Men #1.
Wow.
The book that kind of started my comic book collecting, and I have to say it with an asterisk because I thought that I had the original copy. It ended up being a reprint on it, but still a great book. This started my comic book
What was
career.
that, like 5 years ago?
No. This was back when I was about 10 years old.
Okay.
When I first went to the comic book store, ended up paying $3 for a 3-pack, and I thought that I hit the mother lode right there, and was really depressed afterwards.
Yeah, well, I mean,
happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Now, X-Men #1, while X-Men #4 introduced some of the mutants into the comic books, X-Men #1 is going to be introducing a good portion from Professor X, Magneto, Beast, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Iceman, you name it. A good amount of mutants are going to be coming out in this book. And because, again, the merger of the MCU and Fox deal is finished, it's stuck in stone. This book is just going to continue going up until how the X-Men are received by the public and how they redo it. And I know that Kevin Feige will end up doing it right by everybody. If you could find this book, grab yourself a copy.
There's a Dark Phoenix movie coming out too, right?
There is a Dark Phoenix movie coming out. I don't think it's going to adjust the price of this book too much.
Well, I mean, she's an X-Men.
She is an X-Men. She's Jean Grey. She's right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, this book has a lot of characters in it. That and the GSX1, the Giant Size X-Men 1,
Mm-hmm.
that book has like Nightcrawler in it and the other characters from X-Men that didn't have their first appearance here. But these two books, both of them are on fire. X-Men is insanely hot. This isn't the first time we featured this book.
No.
We're still insanely hot on this. Let's take a look at the price analysis. If we look here, everything is just green arrows. Starting at the bottom, like at the 2.0, 3,400, 90-day average, most recent sale at 3,900, 2.5, green arrows. Looks like someone got a good deal at the beginning, sometime in May here. We're going to skip when you see yellow ones right here, that's signed by somebody. So, this one's signed by Stan Lee. So that one went for $58.50. That's a nice sale. 3.0s. Let's take a look at the 3.0. Let it load up while we keep going up the page. The 3.5 just sold for $6,500. That's a big bang. That's a really big bang. Let's see if we can load that. This silly thing doesn't want to freeze on us here.
If it ends up freezing, we'll just go ahead and pause, and then we'll come right back to you guys.
Yeah, what the heck's going on? Okay, there we go. So the 3.0 loaded. So yeah, we got someone got a great deal actually in May. Yeah, we could see prices just kind of all over the place, but definitely up, which is good.
Well, you can see that 5,000 too was another outlier on the other side. Somebody paid way too much for that particular book. It's not something that we would pay for. That 3.0.
Yeah,
we paid for the 3.5.
We wouldn't pay for that.
Yeah.
So 3.5 looks like we just had a sale in April, 6,500, new all-time high. 4.0 just had a sale in May, 79.96. Looks like a new all-time high. The 4.5, 64.05. Looks like the all-time high was 65.79 and 6,600 is the all-time high in 2019. So we're still right around all-time highs. Book is pushing. 5.0 just sold for 8,400. That's right up there near the all-time highs from 2018. Still strong book grade. 5 just sold for 9,600. Let's take a look at that 9,600. Looks like that's an all-time high. So we got all-time highs in a lot of books recently. A lot of grades, I'm sorry. 9,900, 6.0. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I mean,
still right in the range. Again, those could be outliers that people were just itching to get themselves a copy, and they ended up paying way too much.
We're seeing a lot of green arrows here, which is definitely a good sign. Looks like some of the top grades are pulling back a little bit, but that's a big book, lots of investment. So yeah, this book's got a lot of potential, lots of green arrows. I like seeing green arrows. When I see green arrows, I get excited, especially when we have books like this. So this is good stuff. So X-Men 1, really big on it. Let's get going to the next one.
Next one's going to be Marvel Superheroes number 13. This is going to be the first appearance of Carol Danvers herself. Now, I mentioned in a couple of books ago about Scarlet Witch being one of the strongest Avengers that are left. Carol Danvers is probably arguably the strongest Avenger that is left. Spoiler again for Endgame. Without Captain America there, they're going to have somebody take that leadership role. And Brie Larson has been signed on for another 6 movies. I'm sorry, 6 movies was including Endgame. So she has 5 more movies left on her contract. We're going to continue to see Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. And whenever you see you see somebody sign a contract like that, that means that they're going to continue to feature her and pay her the big bucks. So grab yourself a copy of Captain Marvel number 13. I actually sold mine already, and it was a mistake. I need to go out and get myself another copy of this.
Absolutely.
Because it's a hot book right now.
So from the price analysis, this is a good buy low opportunity. Generally speaking, after movies, you see books pulling back on price. So you'll see highs prior to the movie as the hype of the movie pops, and then you'll see book prices drop. So we'll take a look at this. I think this is a great time to get into Marvel Superheroes 13. I think the book's I think it's pulled back in value. Hold me, I'm actually going to have to search this because we don't actually have this title saved. Marvel Super-Heroes. Okay, here it is. Number 13. So if we look, you can see that the 9.4 was a $12,000 book. It just sold for $7,600. The 9.0 was a $3,995 book. It just sold for $2,400. So you could see that a lot of these books, the 8.0, that was a big book. That was a $2,000 book in 2018 at all-time highs, just sold for $1,350. So we're seeing some red arrows here because the movie, the Captain Marvel movie popped, Avengers popped. This book's pulling back a little bit, but when it pulls back, and we know that, like Gambit said, we have a contract with guaranteed movies coming in the future. It's an opportunity to get in when we're not at all-time highs, so this thing can, get back on the good train and, down the road make all-time highs again, and you can get in at a good opportunity now. So people are going to be a little afraid about this book right now. They're going to say, hey, I got in at all-time highs, and I lost some money. That's a perfect time for you to take it off their hands and make them a good offer because it's a book that's going to continue to go up in the long run. Yeah. So I think this is a great buy right now. I'm excited about this book. What's the next one?
Next one's going to be Strange Tales number 109. This is going to be the first appearance of Cersei. Cersei is already rumored to be played by Angelina Jolie. Huge character in the MCU, or huge movie actress. And it's going to end up probably centering the story around her because they're going to have to pay her the big bucks for this. And Disney's going to want to make sure that she is featured in as many frames as possible. I hope that they do it well. I think they will do it well. We had the Eternals one on our last video. If you want to click on our link down below, and you could kind of navigate to our last video too, and you can see that Eternals 1 was on there. Eternals 1's been popping. I think that Strange Tales 109, now that the announcements of Angelina Jolie playing as Cersei, this book is going to just go gangbusters.
Let's see what's going on with the price action. Strange Tales, we have that saved. One of our titles. Strange Tales 109. Once again, you find the number. Look at that. Wouldn't you know? Ever since that announcement, price is starting to move.
Green arrows.
Green arrows. Get in early. This one's an early opportunity. Angelina Jolie is, arguably
one of the best actresses in the world.
That depends on your opinion. Some people love her. Some people don't like her. But let's just talk about quality of actors and actresses. Yeah. You had like Robert Downey Jr. in the Avengers.
He did great too.
I'd say the most famous actress to potentially ever join the MCU might be Angelina
Jolie.
I mean, as far as her IMDb record goes, and what she's done and what she hasn't done. So I'd say
she's great in action flicks too. Tomb Raider, Wanted.
Yeah, I think she'll pull it off. I think she'll do a good job. Yeah. So, and Marvel makes good choices. This isn't like, DC picking Angelina Jolie. I'd be worried if that was the case. But
yeah, we're not going to even talk about the whole Robert Pattinson thing here.
So yeah, I think this has some serious potential. So price is up, got potential, right actress, right book, get in early too. So
great.
I think Eternals they're talking about late 2020.
2020 is where they're kind of set at, where they're thinking probably the November release movie. We have this book listed at 250% ROI.
So what grade are you telling people to get?
I'm looking at a 7.5 and above.
Yeah, 7.5. It's got tons of room. Tons of room to room. Tons of room to room. Yeah. All right, what's the last book on our list?
Next one we're going to do is, or the last one is going to be Special Marvel Edition number 15. This is the first appearance of Shang-Chi. Now, Kevin Feige's already come out, and they're kind of keeping what they're doing in Phase 4 quiet until Spider-Man Homecoming 2 is released. But he's come out and he said that Shang-Chi will be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it's been kind of just a complete surprise. There was not really too many indications, some rumors, but nothing really concrete until he came out and said that. And this was really prior to Endgame coming out. And so this is a fantastic time to purchase a copy. Even in a raw book right now, you have time before the movie's coming out, go get it graded. Buy this book. We're predicting a 300% increase. The risk factor is at 36%, which is pretty low. And we're looking at a 6.0 and above for this particular book.
Interesting. So that's what you feel for the grades? That's
what I feel for the grades. GPA analysis will, if we see some recent sales on it, then we probably will see green arrows. But if there hasn't been any recent sales yet, because this book hasn't been graded too much yet.
All right, then we'll hold off on doing GPA analysis on it. But yeah, you believe in the potential of it?
Absolutely believe in the potential of this book.
Great, cool. Well, yeah, so that takes you through the 10 books that we suggest getting before the end of 2019. So this will bring us up. We'll do another video in like January. We're also going to be throwing on some more like storage. I think we'll do like a storage auction video. Maybe we'll do some attic videos, some unveiling when we get our stuff back from. I think we have some stuff at CBCS, some stuff at CGC. Yep. We'll put some interesting content on here for you. So make sure to subscribe and hit that little notification button. And once again, we really appreciate all the feedback that you have been providing us. So we made some changes to the way we do the videos, showed you some pictures, showed you some price analysis, and, please leave us your feedback and tell us what you think. And we're definitely happy to have you. And thanks for watching.
Yeah. If you guys think that we missed anything too, make sure that you put it down in the comments below. We do read our comments, and we make sure that we take a look into any books that people do suggest to us. And we do the analysis on it.
We appreciate all you guys. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.